Mm.
Sachin and Babar as a comparison is a fucking piss take. It's a fucking sham. Don't you dare fucking insult Sachin like that ever again. Compared to Sachin, please. You're comparing a fucking tadpole to a fucking megalodon. Don't fucking insult yourselves. Don't go down to that fucking level. Jesus. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the third episode of the Googly. So, myself and Shash were feeling a bit of a lack of confidence, so that's why we dipped off the planet of Earth for 2 weeks and decided to create a documentary series instead. To fix our confidence issues, we've bought professional-grade monitoring IEMs. That has been the talk of the town. How have you been, Shash?
I've been great, man. Super excited to get into this podcast. Obviously, we've got quite a few different ideas that we're going to try and experiment with in this one, just to chase that clout.
The algorithm push it towards us.
Exactly. So let's see how it goes, And if you guys like this, we're super keen to do more of this. I don't know who I'm talking to. Who's if you guys, Addy? Tell me that.
It's the Wenti gang. What are you saying?
Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious.
Regardless, though, yeah, guys, follow us on our socials linked below. Now that we sort of have a presence, we got our first 2,000 views on Instagram. Thank you, Zuck. But sort of shadow banned our first account, so there's going to be a discrepancy because of names, because of Zuck. So never going to forgive you for that one. Other than that, let's get into it, man. There's been a lot of cricket we've seen in the last 2-3 weeks. A lot of it's been Test cricket, a format you haven't seen much of. What did you think of it?
I thought it was fantastic. I watched the last game, I believe, in the England and India Test, and that was fantastic. It was absolutely gut-wrenching to watch the end of that game. I can't believe that Tom Hartley did so well in his debut. It was astounding. To me, he looks like a really pretentious. Is that a word? Like, he has so much potential.
I think that phrase is that word. I don't think is.
Okay, but look, I mean, he has so much potential in the sport.
Yeah.
And obviously I'm coming from a really dumb lens, right? I don't know very much about the sport. But wow, I think how many wickets did he get? 7?
I believe so. Tom
It's
Hartley
insane.
in the first game. But, there was a few different debut players that did. There was another player called Rahman from the English side. He had a really interesting statement. And
Was that Ahmed?
I believe so, and he sort of recently said that I'd rather get smashed for 4 or 5 fours in an over rather than do a maiden. I want something constantly happening in my overs, and that's a really sort of non-Test cricket way of playing bowling in Test cricket. That's a very T20 style of playing the game.
Bazball.
Not even baseball, it's just a T20 style of playing the game, right? It's just, something needs to be constantly happening, and that's really not Test cricket. That's why it's a 5-day game, and he's been recently, I don't want to say he's caught a lot of flack for it, but recently people have sort of been, okay, that's a really interesting way of looking at the sport. What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, look, I mean, I don't know very much about Test cricket again. So what I saw is, so many singles, so many doubles.
7 wickets is correct for Tom Hartley, by the way. Sorry for cutting you off, Josh.
No. I mean, it's bloody beautiful from him. Great job. I'm sure he's very proud of himself. He's got to keep this performance up. He's really set himself a high standard, and that's going to be very difficult. I'm sure the pressure will get to him at many points in his career. Because he's had such a beautiful Test debut. I do think that with that note about Ahmed, obviously, I don't know much about this game, but do I think that different strategies or different approaches should be experimented with? 100%.
Yeah.
That's how something moves forward, right? We have to embrace the change rather than being so stuck in the traditional.
Yeah. No, I sort of agree with you, where I think a lot of the really great breakthroughs that have happened in this sport in terms of money, in terms of viewership, in terms of people really actually sitting down and watching the sport, which I think can never be a bad thing, have come from different breakthroughs. Recently in the first documentary series that we created, this is a plug, obviously, we found out that county cricket, which is supposedly a very sort of classical way of playing cricket, was starting to drop, and T20 was introduced as a way to increase that, right? I recently found out that Sehwag, who's, arguably one of India's most prolific openers and generally one of the greatest players of the game, really loved T20 cricket when everyone was sort of giving it shit all the time. He said it's great, you know, it's basically power play for all 20 games. You smash a few runs, you get out, you do it again, and you do it until you sort of, you know, that's the game.
Yeah.
And I really do think that different approaches to the game are important. They're unique. I do, however, think nuance is required here, obviously. You don't want to take apples to an orange farm. And that's the sort of statement I feel was said, where maidens are a method of creating a lot of pressure in the game. So maidens can really break a game or make a game for any opposition side.
What is a maiden?
A maiden is sort of no runs made in a single over. Right.
That's very common in tests. Isn't it?
Exactly, right? And that sort of creates a pressure, right? Imagine for 3, 4, 5 overs, you haven't scored any runs and you're targeting one batsman. That's most likely that batsman's going to flinch and make a mistake, get out, right? I think Test cricket is really unique in that sense where you don't need to do... Yes, you do need to target the opposition player, but you don't need to target the opposition player as much as you would, for example, in T20 cricket, where you've got to fish for wickets in a very specific sort of way. Whereas, because, you know, you obviously want to lure the batsman in to make runs in that format, whereas in Test, it's really not that sort of game. You've got to focus on your game a lot more than the other person's, and that's where you find a lot of the really great players have made their mark, just focusing on their game, right? So I think for that statement to sort of focus on the other player's game and say, well, I don't want maidens. I feel like that's it's a really backward way of playing a test match specifically. I'm not saying it's a bad or a good way. I may be viewing backward as a negative way of saying this, and your opinion is obviously very different, but I do think that it would be a lot more effective, you know, one's game is focused upon, increased, improved on, and then that is played, rather than sort of saying, I don't want the game to go in this sort of way, I want it to go in this sort of way. And that just, I don't think really happens with Test cricket, personally.
I see where you're coming from with that. Look, man, I don't really have too much to add on that point, I'm not going to lie to you. I think you sort of elaborated on that really concisely. And yeah, But Adi, look, I really want to detour from this.
Yeah.
Okay, because this is one thing that I'm so excited about. And, you know, we've been trying to chase this clout for so long, right? It feels like so long. It hasn't been a very long time. But
whoa, we're not viral in 3 episodes and...
But look, I want to get started on this different segment with you, okay? So to the 2 viewers that are watching us, you know,
hey guys.
we're kind of... Hey, hi person 1, hi person 2.
I'm coming down in Feb. Anyway, my apologies, Shash. Continue.
What is wrong with you, man? What is wrong with you? You're a... I'm not going to say a bad word.
I'm on some smoke today.
Yeah, for real, yeah. No cap. But look, this is going to be a kind of different kind of segment where we're just kind of have some fun with it. I do want to obviously come back to the games and everything, but... you know, let's talk really general cricket, right? Let's do some rankings. Let's do some little fact things. I don't know. Let's
Memer banna hai bhai ne.
What?
Memer.
Oh, Memer. That's literally so fucking cringe, bro.
Let's do it, man. I'm excited.
Okay. Addy, I want you to rank these 5 cricket players, starting with Virat Kohli, Babar Azam, A.B. de Villiers, Mitchell Starc, and Steve Smith. 1 to 5.
Because Mitchell Starc's a bowler, what I'm going to do is I'm sort of going to rate how good they are in their respective game.
Make it fucking quick. No one on TikTok wants to see you think for
Virat Kohli, Steve
seconds,
Smith,
bro.
A.B. de Villiers, Mitchell Starc, Babar Azam.
Say that one more time.
Babar Azam is lost! No, sorry. Virat Kohli number 1, as always. Steve Smith number 2.
King Kohli
number 1. Number 3, I'd probably put A.B. de Villiers. Number 4, Mitchell Starc. Number 5, Babar Azam.
Why is Babar last?
I think a lot of his runs come from games that really don't matter too much. I think Mitchell Starc will always get you a breakthrough. I know he's had a bad few years in his game recently, and his numbers are still prolific. I just think Babar Azam is the sort of least accomplished player here out of all of the other, there's great stories of all of the other players. I haven't heard yet, obviously I'm not saying Babar Azam's a bad player. I just don't think Babar Azam is as established a player he wants to be himself at the moment, and he's touching 30. By 30, a lot of these players had really prolific careers and were looking at the, sort of goatship of the sport. Babar Azam, I don't think, other than his blind, ignorant fans causing that, I don't think has accomplished that yet.
You want to hear a funny story?
Yes, please.
So I was watching this random YouTube video, a really popular YouTube video, like 2-3 million views the other day. Like maybe even yesterday. I didn't send this to you, but I screenshotted it to send to you. I was like, what the fuck is this? And under every single comment, there was this bot, right? And it was completely unrelated to cricket. It was a random video.
Yeah.
It was this like Babar Azam YouTube bot, right? And it basically went something like Sachin Tendulkar ODI average is X, Babar Azam ODI average is like 20 runs more, right? And he's saying Pakistan produces 50 Sachins every single day. All these stupid Indians are just going to die all the time because they can't do it. I was like, oh my God, man. Oh my God. Under every fucking comment, bro. Every single one.
Look, I can understand. I don't agree with it, but I can sort of understand the comparison between Kohli and Azam because they play in the same sort of era. Sachin and Babar Azam as a comparison is a fucking piss take. It's a fucking sham. Don't you dare fucking insult Sachin like that ever again. It would be sort of ignorant. I know a lot of sort of analysts of the game don't even like comparisons between Sachin and Virat Kohli because that's how good Sachin is. Virat Kohli would smoke Babar Azam. It's not even funny. Compared to Sachin, please, you're comparing a fucking tadpole to a fucking megalodon. Don't fucking insult yourselves. Don't go down to that fucking level. Jesus Christ.
God damn, bro. Fucking hell.
Jesus Christ.
Nah, man.
That
we need to.
They're saying he's gonna be reappointed as captain. Babar Azam.
Really?
Bro, Pakistan cricket board's a fucking piss take. Like, it's genuinely. I wasn't chatting shit in the first episode when I said that. It's just a round robin of the same two people resigning and getting rehired and resigning and rehired. And, I've lost fucking count, to be honest, of who was the last. I think it was Wahab Riaz. I don't know. I don't fucking care either about who was the last chairman of the PCB. It's a bit of a joke position to have.
Fucking hell, man. You're on your smoke today, for real.
I don't give a shit. Don't fucking compare Babar Azam and Sachin Tendulkar in the same breath. In your fucking dreams, you're not as good, my guy.
Bro, we need to get all these bots off YouTube because they're going to make you, like, get on Sachin's dick even more. They will, like, literally make you biologically... I don't even know where I was going with that.
I'll be really honest with you. My favorite player is Virat Kohli. There's no comparison about that. I'll
be honest with you. Why? What do you mean you're going to be honest with me? I think the two people who have watched this know this. You don't shut the fuck up about him.
I very much personally. I do think there's a very famous Hindu text called the Mahabharata, and if I were to. It's a pretty ignorant way of putting it, but if I were to place characters and sort of make comparisons, I'd say Kohli is the Arjun to what Krishna is, and that would be Sachin.
That is wild,
That is the difference between the two players.
That is literally wild. I cannot believe you said that. That's actually wild.
Probably going to have to cut that out, but hey, let's see.
No. That's going on TikTok, bro. Alright, okay. Next one. I want you to guess... Okay, let's start that over. I want you to guess this player. I'm going to give you 3 hints, 3 strikes, and you're out. Okay, 3 strikes, and you're a fucking idiot. Okay, hint 1. This cricketer sold Pani Puri to make ends meet.
Yashasvi Jaiswal.
Damn, bro! Damn!
The second you said Pani Puri, I'm like, bro, I told you this fucking fact. Who you asking this to?
Nah, bro. You're not wrong, man. I should have picked a different player. I was like, we were literally talking about...
I'll ask you this.
The next documentary was going to be about him. So like,
I'll ask you this, right? I want you to guess this player. I'm going to give you 3 hints, right? 3 strikes,
all right.
and you're out.
All right.
Current captain of the Mumbai Indians.
I don't know.
How are you doing a fucking cricket show? Also comes from very humble beginnings from the...
Rinku Singh!
No,
Rinku Singh!
Not Rinku Singh. Rinku Singh plays
for... Oh, fuck.
for Shah Rukh Khan's team. He plays for Kolkata. He also comes from very humble origins, and he's from the state of Gujarat. I'll be really nice, and I'll combine that as one hint.
Okay, wait, say that hint again.
Humble origins comes from the state that our Prime Minister comes from, Gujarat.
Okay. Shivam Dubey? Next hint, come on.
Okay, do you want me to give you a harder hint, or do you want me to sort of...
Easy! Give me an easy hint, bro. Come on, you know what this game is to be.
He is right now one of the most hated cricket players at the moment.
Shubman Gill!
No, it is it's Hardik Pandya.
Oh, okay. I don't think I would have got that. Shubman made a fucking century, eh?
Shubman did really well.
He proved you wrong, bro.
You know, I think...
You shot on him so hard for so long.
No, look, like, he's... even in that episode, I said he's an extremely talented player. I just don't think he's as consistent as he wants to be. I think, very genuinely, if he can do this sort of, I'm not obviously expecting him to make centuries every single second game, but I do think that he needs to be a little bit more consistent with his own game. You can't sort of go 5-10, 5-10, 25, 30, 35, and then 100, and then expect people not to go, hey, can you be a little bit more consistent, please? That would...
No.
Because essentially what you're doing is that and I'll tell you this from a captain's point of view, right? So let's say I can expect sort of 20 runs from you at any given point. Like, okay, look, I know Shash is going to go down to bat at number 1. He's going to give me 20 runs sort of guaranteed. Anything above that is a plus. It's an advantage, right? I know he can play 150 balls, and I know he can sort of consistently get me 20 runs. If something happens, that's an anomaly. That's usually not how they play that game, but I can sort of reliably expect that from you, right? Shubman Gill, what sort of reliability do you have from that player at the moment? Do you have, hey, this guy can either score 100 or he can score he can come out for a duck. He can give you 20 runs. It's like, how do you tell your other contemporaries, your other batsmen, your other people as a captain, as a coach, as a teammate, saying, how do you manage that? It gets sort of very annoying at work when you have one really inconsistent colleague, and it's the same thing here, right? Like, we view the game as a sort of entertainment point of view. They're professionals, these guys, and they view the game in a very different light. They view the game as we view this podcast. They're sort of analytically and really professionally. And I don't think there's any sort of industry where you can be inconsistent and unreliable and get really good at what you do, personally.
No, you're 100% right. He's I guess what you're trying to say is he's like a Ferrari, right? Like, one day he'll go 0 to 100 in 1.9 seconds and fucking destroy it, and the next day he'll be broken down and won't even be able to start. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Okay, I want you to blind rank these 5 players.
I'm really good at it for the algorithm today. Let's go, Shash.
Starting with Aiden Markram, 1 to 5.
Aiden Markram. Number 3.
Okay, Sachin Tendulkar.
Number 1.
Imran Khan.
Number 2.
Okay. Shaheen Afridi.
5.
Chris Gale.
Number 4.
That's not bad, eh?
I'm really happy with that. Sachin obviously isn't even a question. Imran Khan, I think you weren't expecting me to put him in number 2.
No, I mean, I kind of expected that. He's a good player. He was a good player.
Imran Khan is one of the most prolific captains the game has ever seen.
Yeah.
He essentially had a really dilapidated Pakistani team, and he won a World Cup with them. There's this really quite famous interview of Harsha Bhogle with Ashwin on his YouTube channel, and he sort of says Waqar Younis, who is arguably the best Pakistani pace, bar none to probably Wasim Akram or someone, right? So it's a constant comparison between those two, but Waqar Younis was not in a team, which was a blow for any team, right? And he wasn't bowling at his best, Imran Khan. Imran Khan was sort of dilapidated as well as a player, I will say. He was bowling 120, which, back then wasn't back then wasn't a big deal. Now 120 is laughable, you know, according to you as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
that's what Sachin Tendulkar's son fucking gets. And he gets clowned on.
I'm not sure. Okay.
I got you on that one, bro. I know something you don't. Shut the fuck up. I think his name is Arvind or something.
Arjun,
yeah. He's Mumbai Indians, I think.
He plays, yes. I would... No, very genuinely, though. I don't see... I don't see that Pakistani team winning a World Cup if it was not for that captain. Single-handedly.
Yeah. No, definitely, bro. And I hope he's doing okay. You know, in Pakistan right now.
No, he probably isn't.
Lie. I hope he gets to being okay. Genuinely. All right. Next one, bro. How much do you think this player was sold to an IPL team for? And you have to tell me the contract value and the IPL team that they were signed to.
Okay.
For 2024. Okay. All right. We're going to start off with an easy one. Mitchell Starc,
I think, was sold off to KKR, Kolkata Knight Riders, for, I think, 24.5 crores or 5 million roughly Australian AUD.
Yeah, bro, you're not wrong. Mitchell Starc was sold to KKR for 24.75 crore Indian rupees.
Man. Jesus Christ.
It's around $3 million US.
You know, in the wise words of Lalit Modi, you know, if you look at MS Dhoni or a Simons, for 1 week of cricket, they get £800,000. Anyway, sorry, my apologies.
I fucking love that. No, that was such a great clip.
If you don't know what we're talking about, you clearly haven't seen our documentary. Turn it on. It's on the IPL, guys. It's going to be a 4-series piece. The next episode's on the dark side of the IPL. But sorry for cutting you off, Shash. Please continue, my friend.
That's okay. All right. Let's go Daryl Mitchell.
I don't remember Daryl Mitchell. He's sold to CSK. I know he's sold to Chennai Super Kings. I'm sort of feeling 12 crores he was sold to for.
That's a great guess, bro. He was sold to CSK for 14 crore Indian rupees, 1.6 million US. All right, let's go. Last one. You're doing pretty good, bro. I'd give you two for two so far.
Thank you.
Let's go Sam Curran. Team and contract.
I didn't even know Sam Curran was sport. I have to see. Oh shit, you've got me there.
You're out, bro. He was sold too much time.
I'm gonna say he was sold to Punjab. I think for about 2 to 3 crores. That's my feeling.
That is wild, bro. He was sold to Sunrisers.
Okay, I see that.
For 18.5 crore Indian rupees. 18.5 crore Indian rupees. That's 2.2 million US dollars.
Are you for real?
I swear to God, bro. Unless I've read Google wrong.
Bro, I swear to God.
Honestly, I don't even know what like nationality Sam Curran
English. He's one of your people.
Oh my fucking God, bro. All right. Let's go to this next one, bro. I'm excited for this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want you to guess this. Okay, so in this segment, I've got the top 10 cricketers with the highest net worth according to the Economic Times. Okay? And I want you to work your way back from the bottom. Mm-hmm. So who do you think's number 10 and what do you think is their value?
Have I got the players or are you going to give them to me?
No, you have to guess, bro. That's the whole point. What the fuck?
Look, I know the top 3.
Everyone knows the top 3. We're going to go number 10. Chal, ball.
Imran Khan.
No, AB de Villiers from South Africa with a net worth of 25 million US dollars.
I see that.
Let's go number 9.
Virender Sehwag.
No. Shane Watson from Australia.
You got to give me a nationality or something at least, my guy. Like...
Oh my God. Okay. You're right. Okay, Shane Watson from Australia with a net worth of 40 million US dollars. We'll go number 8.
Shane Watson's actually
Shane Watson.
Shane Watson's actually released his new line of cricket bats.
Really?
Yeah, it's a little old news. I think it's 1 or 2 years old, but he has his own line of cricket bats.
Wow, well, congratulations to him, bro.
Get that back, Shane.
For real.
I have a photo with him, you know, he's a really nice guy.
Really?
Yeah, I'll show you later.
That's cute.
I'm a fanboy.
Yeah, we should put the photo up on the podcast. That'll be dope. Alright, okay. Number 8, and I'll give you a hint, you're right, I should give you something. Mm-hmm. He's from the West Indies.
Chris Gale?
Yeah, what do you think he's worth?
Shane Watson was 40. I'm gonna say 50 for this guy. He's played a lot of cricket leagues.
Dude, you're 1 out of 3 right. You're 1 for 3 right now, my guy. Chris Gale from the West Indies with a net worth of 45 million US dollars. That's actually a great guess.
Okay, yeah.
Number 7 is also from the West Indies. I think you'll get this one.
Is also from the West Indies.
Yes.
I think it's either Dwayne Bravo or Pollard.
Wow, bro. 0 for 2 on that one. Jeez. Brian Lara from the West Indies has a net worth of 60 million US dollars.
My guy, Brian is getting that dough, man. That's amazing. I didn't expect Brian. My apologies, man.
Say sorry to Brian right now, bro.
I'm sorry, Brian. I underestimated your game.
Now suck his dick.
I'd prefer not to.
Okay. Number 6 is from Australia. The homeland.
Ricky, motherfucking punter, the gangster.
Well, what's his net worth?
I want to say 75. He's got his new wine. He's got his own line of very nice Tasmanian wines. How wrong am I?
I'm gonna give you 2 for 5 right now. That's fucking right. It is Ricky Ponting, and he has a net worth of $70 million.
You know,
so that was fucking great.
He's called the gangster. A lot of people sort of given him that nickname. In his prime, that guy was a Rottweiler. He was scary to play against.
Definitely, bro. All right, let's go number 5, and he's from India.
Virendra Sehwag.
Saurav Ganguly.
I had a feeling it was one of the two. I think Viru's number 4 or something, man.
Let's see. It's Ganguly with a net worth of $80 million.
Okay, yeah, that's respectable.
So you're 2 for 6.
Bengal Tiger.
Let's go number 4. From South Africa.
I was very wrong. South Africa. You've said AB de Villiers. Jacques Carlos, maybe?
Yes! Absolutely, bro. Damn, you're on it today, man. You're on it. What's his net worth?
I want to say a 90.
110
Whoa!
US dollars, bro.
My God.
Yeah, man. He's trailing someone. He's trailing some very special people that we're going to get to.
Yeah, I think I know who those are.
Yeah, I'm sure you do, but I didn't even know who Jacques Kali.
He is. I've spoken about him, I think, in the first episode, where he's, I think, arguably one of the most prolific all-rounders that's ever picked a cricket bat up or a cricket ball up. So if you look at his bowling stats, he looks like a bowler. If you look at his batting stats, he looks like a batsman, and he's just arguably the greatest all-rounder of all time. And as much as I love Jadeja, it's like genuinely, and this is a very real conversation to have. I think laps any all-rounder that's ever played the game.
That's big props, man. That's big props. I'm gonna have to check him out. I'm gonna have to see what he's been up to and stuff, because I don't know anything about him. But let's go number 3, and he's from India. I'm sure you knew that. Who do you think it is?
It's Maya Krishna. Is it Sachin Tendulkar?
No. You're gonna be so mad at this.
Is it Sehwag?
No.
I have no clue.
Virat King Kohli with a net worth of 100.
No. He's number 2. He's not number 3.
Well, bro, I mean, you go tell the Economic Times that. What do you want me to do?
Which report is this?
From 2023, October.
Oh my God, I'm very wrong. I thought he was number 2. I thought it was... Okay, anyway, my apologies.
That's okay, bro. I mean, he has a net worth of 122 million US dollars. I know you think that he's pretty much a billionaire, but
in rupees he is, okay.
You're not wrong. All right, let's go number 2, and he's also from the motherland, India.
This is Sachin.
No.
Is this Dhoni?
Yes.
Are you for real?
It is MS Dhoni. What do you think his net worth is?
I know Dhoni's loaded, man. I want to say 150.
Bit too high there, bro. It's 125 million.
Really?
US dollars. Yeah.
Damn.
All right. The big one, bro. Who is this?
This has to be Sachin.
It is Sachin.
Imagine this was Sehwag.
Bro, that'd be crazy. But look, I mean, Sachin has a net worth of 165 million US dollars. Okay. Incredible, bro.
My apologies to Brian Lara, to Sachin Tendulkar multiple times.
Yeah, I mean, look, bro, you went 2 for 10. That's ass.
Hey, so you're the one studying economics, not me.
Oh my God, bro, you that was ass. I thought you would do better than that.
No, I thought I would as well.
Okay, Addy, I want you to hold your breath, and we're going to trust you on this one, but I want you to hold your breath until I name a better cricketer than Jasprit Bumrah, okay?
Are you trying to tell me that the 10 years of swimming I did is finally going to be tested today, Shane?
Jesus Christ, yes.
All right, let's get started.
All right, are you holding your breath? All right, 3, 2, 1. Aiden Markram. Tom Hartley. Ollie Pope. Shahid Afridi. Pat Cummins. Vakar Yunus. Wasim Akram. Really? Wasim Akram?
Look, okay. You know how much love I have for Bumrah. You know he is probably my, I fucking love Bumrah. There's no other way about it. I love the guy. He's probably my favorite bowler. I want to say Jasprit Bumrah, but numbers don't lie. Wasim Akram's got 502 ODI wickets and 414 test wickets. Bumrah's touching about 400 cumulatively in T20 ODI test. Bumrah, I'd say, has more control with the new ball. So when the ball, in a test game, you would have seen that you can change the ball, right? After 80 overs, you get a new ball. You get a new ball to play with, right, Shash? So Bumrah, even Wasim Akram said this, that he has more control with the new ball, and I tend to agree with that statement, where Bumrah can be very lethal with that new ball, but it's just, I think right now, in the current state, in the current comparison, Wasim Akram is the better player. I think by the end of Bumrah's career, though, it's going to be Jasipa Boom Boom taking the lead, personally.
Right.
But I will say, though, that Bumrah's load is a lot more than... Well, I don't want to say load, but I'd say Bumrah is a lot more... he's playing a lot more cricket than potentially Wasim Akram would. So, back then, they had more test games, they had more ODI games. Now there's a brand new format. There's other tournaments like the IPL. So, I don't want to say that there's, a completely different workload, but I will say that Bumrah, I think, is playing 3 formats, whereas Wasim Akram only played 2, and I think that is a consideration that also needs to be taken into account, personally. Right.
Okay. I think we were talking like a few weeks ago, and you told me that Wasim has diabetes. Is that true?
Yeah. So, yeah, that's actually really. My mother told me about this actually. So, he used to take insulin shots 3 times a day.
Right.
That is incredible, right? So before his game, he used to take insulin, and there was times where he used to take insulin in between the game itself and after the game. So, and he's got a story to tell, that man, Wasim Akram. He's had his own struggle. He's recently released an autobiography, and in that he spoke about his struggles with, cocaine and other illicit substances, so do I think that man has a story? Absolutely. He's an incredible, incredible bowler. He's one of the, icons of the sport, to say the least, and he's just incredible, incredible person as well, from what, I've sort of read and heard people talk about him.
That's amazing. That's definitely a story. I know that with diabetes, it gets quite different when you're dealing with sport. So that's definitely a huge dub for Wasim.
Huge dub for diabetics all around the world as well, man. All of these desi uncles need to be inspired by Wasim.
Rep.
Get off the sugar in the chai, man. Come on.
For real.
But Shash, now that we've had sort of, we've gone through the first sort of part, I want to ask you a few questions about the games, actually.
Yeah, 100%. Go for it.
So, Shash, you saw your first test match. I asked you earlier in the podcast how you found that. What did you think of it?
I thought it was a fantastic game. Obviously, we already spoke about how Hartley had such a fantastic debut. There were a lot of new players that I was watching, whether that was like Ashwin or whether that was... I don't even remember. I'm not gonna lie. I don't... I think it was Akshar as well. Akshar was playing. Akshar
you wouldn't have... you would have seen Akshar play, I think, in the T20 series, but not as sort of prolifically. You would have seen him play.
Yeah, I mean, he was quite good. I wouldn't say that he blew me away, but like it seems like he's quite a young player.
I think Akshar's touching 30, actually.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow, he looks young.
Gujaratis, man. They look young.
Yeah, he looks really young.
Watch him be like 21 and I've completely fucked it up.
For real.
Nope, he's 30.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
That's incredible. But yeah, I mean, obviously the first game that I watched, I think that was the last day. It was a huge disappointment for us, obviously. We made a great edit. It actually did quite well on Instagram. It was great. I really enjoyed watching Bumrah and Siraj bat. That was fun. It was fun to watch them like utterly break down.
Bumrah's actually got, I think, the most amount of runs in an over in Test cricket.
Really?
Yeah. So India versus England, actually. So I think this was the second or third last series before Virat Kohli stepped down as captain. They were in England. And in one of the games, they were just pissing about with Bumrah, and, Shami was batting at the time. And I think Bumrah slapped, I want to say Stuart Broad for 35 runs, which was beat the last record, which was held by Yuvraj Singh, one of India's most prolific batsmen.
Wow.
And yeah, so Bumrah's actually got the highest, the record for the highest amount of runs in a test over.
That's incredible, bro. I was, because I watched the stats come up and it was like Bumrah and Siraj had like an average of like 6 runs or like 7 runs, right? Or 4. It was a really small single digit number. So I was like, it's over. But then they batted and they kept going and they kept going. And I was like, damn, like they might actually have a chance, I gave them the evil eye, but no, it was great.
Just, yeah, look, I mean, what did you think of Test cricket as a whole after your first match? I know I was explaining to you a few things here and there, and I did a pretty shit job of explaining it at the time, but
it's definitely an interesting game, and I respect that tradition of it. I don't really have too much more to add on that, honestly. I thought it was a cool game. I haven't watched enough to really, make a proper judgment on it, but I thought it was super interesting.
Yeah.
I think that the way that they format it is really cool with the innings, right? I think you explained it super shit, but it's really, really interesting. I think having that potential 5th day is also a game changer, right? Wrap it up now.
Thank you guys for tuning in to probably the most awkward podcast we've ever shot.
Out of the 4.
Out of the 4 episodes we have on our YouTube channel. It's been a pleasure to have you guys. I am going to go have something to drink because it is way too hot in Melbourne today. What are your plans for the rest of the day, Shash?
I don't know, bro. I've got some work to do and shit. So I'll do that. That's about it. How fun. How engaging for our viewers.
Incredible. I've got a doctor's appointment after this. So thank you for tuning in, guys. Thank you for tuning in with me, Shash. Thank you for your incredible Cheeto story.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's been a pleasure, guys. I'll see you in the next one.
Alright, take it easy. Bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye.